Crime Laboratory Advisory Council. Terms of reference. A. Background. Number 1. In the furtherance of the institutionalization of the Performance Governance System, PGS, at the Crime Laboratory, or CL, one of the requirements is the establishment of an Advisory Council, or AC. For this purpose, the following criteria shall be considered in the identification of the composition of the CL Advisory Council. A. Known for integrity. B. Exemplified leadership. C. Advocate for transparency, good governance, and transformation. D. Source of synergy. E. Committed to participate in the activities of the Advisory Council. And F. Resident or currently assigned or doing business in the area represented. Number 2. Moreover, the Advisory Council shall act as an advisory body for CL in realizing its vision and in guiding its strategic direction. B. Scope. Number 1. Objectives. A. The CL recognizes the urgency of addressing all strategic issues outlined in the PGS, or the PNP Patrol Plan 2030. And in order to fully implement the plans, programs, and activities to organize and institutionalize the CL Advisory Council, B. The Advisory Council shall focus on, number 1, providing guidance on crucial issues of strategic importance to the accomplishment of PNP's mission and attainment of its vision. Number 2, mobilizing the necessary network to link the PNP to individuals and organizations which can support and offer solutions to its concerns. Number 2, roles and responsibilities. The CL Advisory Council shall only assume an advisory role on the programs, projects, and activities pertaining or relating to the transformation and development of the PNP Patrol Plan 2030. Number 3, functions. Together with the TWG, the CL Advisory Council will have the following primary functions. A. Assist in identifying key issues and provide strategic advice consistent with the PNP's policies, plans, and programs, cognizant of the political, social, economic, cultural, and moral development needs of the community and the PNP. The Advisory Council's function is vital to the proper execution of the PNP Patrol Plan 2030 and the exercise of strategic policy oversight. Its independent and external perspectives bring a sense of balance and relevance to the implementation of the PNP Patrol Plan 2030. The CL will utilize the inputs of the Advisory Council in setting up priorities, amending its operational plans, developing its research and other programs, as well as the development of its human resource. The Advisory Council's insights on general policy and overall management concerns will definitely contribute to the CL's effectiveness and efficiency in performing its mandated tasks and improve its ability to act and move the service towards the attainment of the vision enshrined in the PNP Patrol Plan 2030. B. Evaluate and propose revisions or amendments of strategies that will enhance the implementation of the PNP Patrol Plan 2030. Considering the dynamism of the situation brought about by globalization and fast-paced technology, there is always room for innovation and enhancement in the implementation of CL programs, projects, and activities. Policy making is also a critical area with regard to ensuring the CL's adequate capability in addressing existing and emerging challenges. The strategic assessment and evaluation of CL programs, projects, activities, and policies will also be delegated to the advisory group to assist in identifying gaps and provide advice on the development of measures to fill the gaps and address any existing or emerging critical issues. C. Advise the PNP on ways to generate and mobilize resources to support and sustain the PNP's present and future plans and programs. It is essential that the unit shall develop an effective strategy to generate adequate enabling resources to support long-term plans. It is therefore the task of the advisory group to assess and evaluate the CL's resources and align them with financial strategies and taking into consideration the list of priorities. This is to ensure that the CL would be financially viable to accomplish its long-term objectives. The Advisory Council has the following functions. Number 1, to advise the Director of Crime Laboratory through submission of formal reports on all matters connected with the continuous updating, upgrading, and execution of CL mandate in line with the PNP Patrol Plan 2030. Number 2, to assist and support the CL Strategy Management Unit or CL-PSMU in the oversight of the strategy management system, alignment of the organization, communicating the strategy, review and refining the strategy, and overall management of strategic initiatives. Number 3, to initiate and sustain a forum for the study and assessment of strategic imperatives and developments related to CL's performance. Number 4, to assist the CL in formulating effective ways and efficient means for resource mobilization, particularly from sources outside the General Appropriations Act, to enable CL to pursue its strategic priorities as laid out in the PNP Patrol Plan 2030. Number 5, to carry out an active advocacy program leading up to the formation of a broad and effective multi-sectoral coalition that would have a better understanding and deeper commitment to support the PNP in the realization of its vision to become a capable, effective, and credible police force. Letter C, Organization. Number 1, the CL Advisory Council. A, Chairperson. In addition to overall responsibilities delegated to the Advisory Council, the Chairperson has the following functions. Number 1, determine and set the agenda for Advisory Council meetings in line with the concerns or priorities adopted by the Advisory Council and ensure that this agenda are discussed and addressed. Number 2, preside over Advisory Council meetings. Number 3, responsible in overseeing the Advisory Council's policy development process. Number 4, responsible in coordinating the Advisory Council's interests with the CL's command group. And number 5, represent the Advisory Council at functions and proceedings. B, Vice Chairperson. In the absence of the Chairperson, the Vice Chairperson will assume the responsibilities outlined above and assist the Chairperson in governing the CL Advisory Council. C, Members. Number 1, membership of the Advisory Council shall be 10 to 15 members drawn from different sectors reflective of the stakeholders' composition. All sectors must be represented. A, Business. B, the Academe. C, LGUs. D, Youth. E, Senior Citizen. F, Religious. G, Women. H, Media. I, NGAs and NGOs interest group. No sector shall be represented by more than 2 persons. All chairpersons of advisory councils, highly urbanized cities, and chartered cities may be an ex officio member. For NSUs, advisory council member specialization should be aligned with the unit or office's official function. Number 4, nomination of the incoming advisory council member shall be done by a selection committee composed of the existing advisory council members. No member of the selection committee should come from the same sector as the one who is being nominated. D, terms of office. The CL Advisory Council members shall be for a period of 2 years, subject to renewal for another term upon the recommendation of the PSMU and the approval of the Director. The officers and committee chairmanship of the council shall be elected by the members on the first meeting after their constitution. In the event of a member's inactivity and/or non-attendance to the regular meetings for a year, resignation, or incapacity, his remaining term of office will be served by a new member who will be properly selected based on the criteria set by the PSMU and the approval of the Director of the Crime Lab. Number 2, Secretariat. The Secretariat's role would be the following. A. Prepare docket containing the agenda and the matter that will be referred for consideration by the Advisory Council. Classified matters shall be handled in accordance with existing laws, policies, and regulations. B. Responsible for maintaining Advisory Council's records, as well as documenting the Advisory Council's meetings, activities, and accomplishments. C. Ensure that the minutes of the meeting were taken and all discussions and resolutions were documented. Minutes of previous meetings shall be submitted by the Secretariat for review, approval, and signature of the Advisory Council members. D. Responsible for overseeing and administering Advisory Council's activities and in monitoring compliances. E. Provide Advisory Council members the notice of meetings indicating the agenda, time, date, and place at least 10 days prior to each meeting. F. Coordinate and ensure provisions of necessary support to the Advisory Council. D. Administrative and logistical support. The CGL-PGS, TWG, on Patrol Plan 2030 shall provide administrative and logistical support to the CL Advisory Council. E. Calendar of activities. Number 1. Meetings. A. Regular meeting. As soon as formally convened, the date and place of the Advisory Council's first meeting will be determined by the CL, after which the Advisory Council shall meet at least once every 2 months at a place and time determined and agreed upon by the members and approved by the chairperson. B. Special and emergency meetings. In any event that the prompt action of the Advisory Council is required, a special meeting or emergency meetings may be called by the chairperson or by the majority of the members. C. Joint meeting with the TWG. The Advisory Council may initiate the conduct of joint meetings with the TWG in connection with their functions. Number 2, quorum. A simple majority of its members shall constitute a quorum for the advisory group to conduct meetings or related activities. B. Ex officio members are not counted to constitute a quorum and that they do not have any voting power.